hope you're having a good day. I wanted to come on here to talk about cancer. I know it's not a pleasant subject, but a lot of people are getting diagnosed, and I wanted to come on here to talk about it. Talk about actually things that you can do to prevent it, or if you have it, how to support your body. Really that, because it's such a big subject. So I don't want to go into causes and things because they're so vast. And I have 3 amazing episodes on the podcast that you can listen to if you want to learn a little more anyway about the subject and also about causes. And that's one with Dr. Andre Amorim, one with Chris Work from Chris Beat Cancer, and Dr. Veronique de from Cancer Conqueror. So, or Breast Cancer Conqueror. So I basically just learned, aside from other people that I heard that have cancer, I learned that a friend of mine from childhood lost his wife not long ago in April to breast cancer. Let's say breast cancer, otherwise I'm gonna go a little bit into tangents here, but basically she had cancer. I believe she did therapies, conventional allopathic therapies, and then they told her not to have another child because the cancer tested estrogen positive, and they told her that having another child would be very risky. So, but she won, and she got pregnant again, and the cancer came back, and unfortunately she didn't survive the second time. And I want to say that the 2 cancers are very much related, actually. They're not, she didn't heal the first time. That's what it really was. And I know this is going to feel like harsh reality, and it's going to sound like, offensive maybe if they listen to this, but this is for everybody. Just because allopathic medicine says that after 5 years of being clear, if you have cancer again, it's not related, and they actually try to also push that in this case where it wasn't 5 years. The truth is that systematically your body hasn't healed, right? So you may have gotten rid of some cancerous cells by doing conventional therapy, because things like chemo actually kill cancer cells, but they kill also good cells. The only thing that don't actually kill is the stem cells. So the cancer stem cells are still alive, which means that they can keep on replicating. And so what do you do when you actually want to heal your body and want to really target these cancer cells? Well, first things first is we all have cancer cells in our body that pop up. That's just part of the nature of things, nature of biology of the body. But we have our immune system, which is fabulous when it does the job that it's supposed to do, and it can do that job when we are healthy. And one of the things that promote our immune system is our gut health. And a lot of people have dysbiosis of the microbiome, which means they have a very off number and health of their gut microbes, so bacteria. And they don't even know it because they're so used to feeling in a certain way. They never test. They don't do stool tests. They don't check the microbiome. And unfortunately, that is one of the biggest problems when it comes to our immune system, that not recognizing these cells and beating them at the earliest stage where they actually don't develop into terrible tumors. So the best way to support our immune system is to have a healthy diet, and I'm talking about nature's best. So here I have a fully green juice. I don't have any sweets in there, but of course there are protocols like Dr. Morse's protocol, which it's just fruit, mostly watery fruit, and herbs. And then you just do that, and you allow your body to alkalize and allow everything to balance out. Also, cancer cells actually like an acidic environment, so clearing balancing the pH naturally. I'm not talking about, your blood will always be alkaline, otherwise we will die, but I'm talking about actually the whole system being alkaline. Fruit is definitely one of those things that does it, and the herbs, of course, by promoting the well-functioning of the organs, which takes me to the next thing, lymphatic system, which allopathic medicine doesn't even mention. But when they find that there are cancer cells in the lymphatic system, they proceed to remove the nodes. And that's freaking crazy, because the thing is, cancer cells that go into the nodes need to, the lymphatic system is meant to take them out. The lymphatic system is the bathroom of our system. And so you don't want to back it up. A lot of people have a very backed up lymphatic system. So you want to support your body with the right herbs to have your kidneys and your lymphatic system and have your gut working properly, so that the expulsion of toxins can happen and you open these channels. And then if you have cancer cells that go through the lymphatic system, they're on the way out, they don't get stuck there. So allopathic medicine doesn't really help the cause by removing these body parts, but I think it's necessary to just talk about this and learn more about it. But it's a conversation that a lot of allopathic doctors don't want to have, because they don't have the knowledge, but also because I think it really just puts a flashlight on the fact that they don't understand the lymphatic system as they should, which is not an offensive thing, because it's a very hard system to study because it's so tiny, and you can't really do it in dead bodies because it doesn't actually move unless you move, right? It doesn't have its own push and pull like the blood has the heart and the lungs. So it's very complicated to study it, but I think it's a conversation that we should have. So all these theories, when you see that, well, cancer is on the rise and people's lymphatic system are clogged up and they have a whole other array of disease, what is not working? So having something that supports that is key. So again, I on a daily basis, I don't have cancer, but I do have fibrotic breasts that are very, well, right now actually fantastically, since I did the cleanse with the fruit and the herbs, since I'm eating only raw, and mostly raw. I'm not only raw, but mostly raw. The nodes have gone. Like I actually don't feel. I'm gonna go check anyway because I'm due for a checkup, but I don't actually have lumps that I feel. So that's very positive, and so I think it's very important to understand, right, that the system can heal. Like the body wants to heal, and we have to find modalities to support it. So eating a plant-centric, plant-exclusive diet, to me, makes a lot of sense, and making sure that you're balancing it out. And even if you choose to do the allopathic treatments to support your fight, I hate to call it fight though, journey against cancer, let's just say that's not something I would personally do, but if you choose to do it, support your body while you do it, right? Support your body by having a whole food plant-based diet. Dr. Musalem, she had basically lung cancer very severely, and I really believe that she pulled through doing the chemo. It wasn't the chemo that healed her. I think it's because she ate so amazingly, and really, you know, supported the body in recovering from this acidic injection that she got that is called chemo. So I think it's really important to support the body and understand that alkaline is healing. I'm not talking about alkaline like alkalosis, where it's like you're totally like on the 9 on the pH chart, but I'm talking about normal alkaline pH is where our body's supposed to be, and most people are in acidic state. So you know, eating the standard Western diet, eating processed sugars, eating processed fats, heated fats. I don't know if that's really, and I know there is science that show, hey, you know, canola oil is not bad for you. You know what? I choose not to have it, and I choose not to have it, especially in anything that is prepackaged, because I went that route when I was going through my hard time here, and I gave myself type 2 diabetes. And there is nothing, okay, the stress was really intense, but eating that way didn't serve me. So I'm positive that you don't need that stuff, and if you live without it, you're gonna be fine. So just have the whole fats, right? Have your avocados, have your olives, like have your whole fats, nuts and seeds. But again, when you're going through cancer, even nuts and seeds can be acidic. So going on the alkaline side, paying attention to that. But there are protocols out there that you can follow. Just find one that works or one that resonates, do it. If it doesn't work, modify it, but don't mix and match a million things, because otherwise you lose track of what's working. This is why people like Chris Big Cancer or Dr. Desaulniers are so great to have as resources, because they have created what worked for them, and then they can coach people in tweaking if it's necessary, which I think is such a powerful thing, because unfortunately allopathic medicine doesn't do that part. So I appreciate that point, and I think aside from the food, which is something we do every day and we need to get it right, the stress management is one of the biggest things. Stress literally can kill, like, and I'm not just talking cancer, literally can give you a stroke. Like it can just throw your body into a frenzy, like everything goes out of control, out of whack. So How do you deal with that? There are so many modalities. First of all, exercise. Move your body. Think about other stuff other than what stresses you. Move your body, because that will create endorphin, will create good hormones that really support your stress level. You want to go from sympathetic system to parasympathetic system and support your body in doing so. So nutrients, and then stress management with exercise, meditation. Even if you just sit there listening to bell sounds, you know what? Well done. You don't have to become like the zenest person ever. You don't have to quiet the room. You don't have to do anything but listening to something that calms you down. And then I would say, of course, yoga is something that I particularly like, and I put that under exercise, but because you breathe deeply as you move, and it just allows you to be mindful without even thinking about it. So those modalities are very, very key. Then your home, check your home for toxins. So what are you using to clean? What are you using on your skin for your skincare? What are you using in the air? Sprays, like candles, scented candles. Most of these things are so toxic that they kill the bacteria in our body on top of it. And I talked about microbiome and immune system needing to be so strong to work together. So you have to get rid of that stuff and go for things that are natural. There are many natural brands of cleaning products, skincare products, even, air freshener you don't need, because you can use essential oils. So in diffusers, and you're good to go, and it smells amazing, and it's not toxic. And then really think about the things that you can tweak. And it takes a bit of time, it's a bit of practice, can be quite expensive at the beginning to change everything, but it's an investment in your health. It's much more expensive to be sick, in my opinion. But also, we have a course, my sister and I actually, that teaches you how to make your own skincare products and teaches you how to make your own cleaning products, which is the cheapest way out in the end. Even if at the beginning you have to buy some products to start, and the cleaning products are the cheapest, especially like you can just get apple cider vinegar, a bottle, water, and some essential oils if you really want to get fancy, and you're done. You can get plain soap, whether it's Marseille soap or whatever. You can just work with that soap, and you can do everything with that soap. You can do flooring, you can do dishes, you can do everything. So in the end, actually becomes much simpler as well, and you don't have the chemicals that are found in these harsh cleaners. So I really feel that that's a powerful thing to do. Then you want to make sure your skincare is very important. What you put on your head, your hair, what you put on your skin, it is paramount that it's non-toxic, because the skin is still an entry point inside the body. As much as it is protective and it's got a layer, the dermis, epidermis, you still have to, things still go through. It's porous. That's because we sweat, we want the water to go in, and then things come in as they go out. So whatever you put on the skin will be absorbed. And remember, if it's toxic, it goes into your bloodstream, and from your bloodstream it goes into all the organs. So is it worth it? No. So there are so many ways. And again, you can just choose almond oil, olive oil as a base oil, and then put some essential oils to make it smell nice, and you can massage your body with that instead of buying crazy expensive creams. I use jojoba, argan oil, different kind of oils for my face. I actually make the blends myself, and with essential oils, and they are beautiful. And people always compliment my skin, and trust me, I don't use anything fancy. I buy sometimes masks which are clay based, and so I really don't, I don't spend much money on skincare. Shampoos, I buy a natural one, or I just make it with Castile soap, for example. So I tend to really be simple in these things, and I would buy a good conditioner because my hair needs it. But again, I go by organic and clean, and those are the choices to make. The air in your home, if you have toxic mold, or if you have any mold, get it checked and make sure you don't. But also get yourself an air purifier. Best investment I've ever made. We don't have mold per se, but in winter it can get quite humid, and I am like paranoid about it. So I have the Winix air purifier here, and it works fantastic. You can get also the Air Doctor, which is a brilliant one as well. They're very similar, same kind of system, and they work like a charm. And really having clear, clean air, fantastic. Your sleep, which goes under stress management as well, in my opinion, is very important. So make sure you have good sleep hygiene into your room. So colder room, 17 degrees, a nice cover to keep you nice and, covered, darkness and silence. Very, very important factors. So try to do that at home. Try to have a good sleep. Try to go to bed at an earlier time. Try not to have your devices next to you, which takes me to the next point. Try not to have technology on your body straight on your body, because the radiation affects you. So please be mindful of that. So boys, don't keep your phones in your pockets next to your parts, and ladies, let's not keep the phone in our bras or whatever next to our breast. So those things are just key little things. And then, emotions, like dealing with our emotions is so important. I know that I really, when I was stuck in victimhood and anger, I honestly, and I said this many times, I feel like I'm getting cancer. I just felt that way. I just felt it. I felt I was getting sick. And I just had to forgive, let go, and renew, and just separate myself from the triggers and think about what can help me to deal with this without getting engulfed by all these feelings. It was exhausting. And it took a bit of time, but I did it. And I, sure, if I see the builder that gave me grief, I don't like him, but I don't get angry anymore, which is a good step. So I wanted to share these little tips and, tell you that I know that the C word is scary, but let's not let it run our life with fear. Let's just say, you know what? I can heal, because that's what the body does. You just have to give the body the raw tools to do its job, to build your immune system. And actually, talking about immune system and the microbiome, if you need to take a probiotic because you have dysbiosis, try it out and eat fermented foods. Try to support your gut bacteria. But one thing that actually supports your gut bacteria is fiber as well, because that's the food for the bacteria. So having vegetables and fruit is the best thing you can do. So I hope this was helpful. And they're very simple tips. I don't go into details, I know, but I wanted to talk about this because it hurts me when people get afraid and they then make very irrational choices because they think they're going to die. Also, let's not be afraid of death. It's part of life. And I think we are so afraid that once we lose this vessel, we're done. But this vessel is perishable, but our souls, they carry on. And trust me, maybe you even have more time to play and come back. I don't want to. When I pass, I'm like, I'm done. I want to go back home. But, I've been here a few times, and so have many of you. So you never know. So life doesn't stop. It's just our concept in this matrix and paradigm that we're in that really restricts our view of things, and we think that things end, but actually they don't. So without fear, we are invincible, and that is a brilliant feeling to have, and it's also very alkaline. So I'll leave you with this. Have a good day.